Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. We are going to be talking about this right here. I am sure you have been hearing a lot about this recently. If you are into the beauty community in any way, shape, or form, you know about the most recent release with Morphe. This is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe collection. This is her Vault collection. We are going to be covering all things about this palette, from pricing, availability. There's been a little bit of drama on this palette. There's been some good feedback and some really bad feedback. We're going to talk about that. I'll show you some swatches, and then we will also do a demo look, final thoughts, pretty much a very good thorough review of this collection. Be sure to check out the description box below. I will put some timestamps down there, so if you only want to hear about certain things, you just want to see the demo, whatever suits you, check out the description box. You kind of jump ahead or just watch the whole video. So let's just go ahead and get started. So let's talk about the price. If you purchase the entire Vault from Morphe.com, which is the only way you can actually get the collection in the box set as such, is from MorpheBrushes.com. This is $48. I have it upside down. You get all 4 palettes right in here. If you buy them individually, which you can get them for $15 a piece from MorpheBrushes.com, as well as Ulta and Ulta.com. So you can get the single palettes in Ulta stores and from Ulta's website. They do not sell the entire Vault as a bundle. Now, obviously, if you are interested in this and you want all of the palettes, you would want to purchase this guy right here because you get quite a bit of a deal. Again, at $48 versus $60 buying them individually, you're getting a bit of a price cut. Let's talk about the actual palettes themselves. We have Bling Boss, Ring the Alarm, Dark Magic, and Armed and Gorgeous. I think this packaging is absolutely adorable. I just want to comment on that. I love the way that this is set up with all 4 individual palettes on the inside. If you purchase the packages or the palettes individually, they will come in a box like this. Super cute packaging as well. And then the individual palette will be inside. Now, I do want to comment on one thing. On the packaging of the individual palettes from Ulta, as well as, where is my box? The box that had the Vault in it, there is a sticker covering the ingredients. So they did say they did reformulate this. If you peel back this sticker, which I have, you can see underneath that there definitely is a different sequence of ingredients. For example, underneath the sticker, it says it's talc, mica, dimethicone, just for example. It goes on to like a tridicyl, I can't read this, tri something or other, but the sticker, it now says mica, talc, dimethicone, magnesium stearate. So the ingredients are in a different order. I am going to put the ingredients somewhere on the screen here from the original Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette, which I also have in front of me. I love this palette so much. Love. It is a favorite. You can see that she has been loved. She's pretty dirty. The biggest difference I would say between the two is that the ingredient kaolin, I hope I'm saying that right, I believe is a clay ingredient, which actually can add to the blendability, the texture of the shadows, all that kind of stuff. People are saying that maybe the inconsistency, or the people who are saying that it's not as good as the original palette, may obviously have something to do with the different ingredient list. Take that as you will. Let's talk about the second thing. Now, there has been a lot of buzz going around about the V2 stamped on these palettes. Now, you're probably wondering why I have 2 different sets of palettes. That is because my collection that I got from Morphe in the mail was not stamped with the V2. The rumor was that the V2 was supposed to be for like version 2. When this caught my attention a couple of days ago, it really kind of made me nervous. I was like, well, my palette is not stamped. My palettes are not stamped with V2 anywhere. I called Morphe customer service. It was the first thing I did. The gal on the phone told me that there was actually no batch codes on the palettes at all, and that there was no such thing as a V2. Now, obviously, if you look at the back of my palette that came in the Vault collection, there is definitely a batch code there. It reads AB07D. If you look at the palettes that I got from Ulta, there is a batch code stamped here. I don't know if you can see it, it's very faint, but in the corner there is a V2. I called Morphe customer service before I went and bought any additional palettes asking them about this. They told me me that there was no such thing, that if I had any additional questions, I could send an email with my first and last name in the subject line along with my order number to thevault@morphe.com. So if you have questions, you can reach out to them there, but they are saying that that is a team that is dedicated to this collection. They told me to send pictures, swatches, pictures of my palettes, and they would get back to me. I have not reached out to them yet. I kind of wanted to play with these palettes first, get a better idea, see what's going on before I actually would send them pictures. The reason I went out and got the palettes and marked with V2 was after that conversation, I was like, is there really a difference in these palettes? I called up Ulta. They confirmed that their palettes were stamped with a V2. They had 3 of the palettes in stock. They have Dark Magic, Ring the Alarm, and Bling Boss. They were all sold out of Armed and Gorgeous, which is fine, but I purchased them for comparison. So let's talk about some swatches here. I will mark on the screen which one of the swatches is marked as the V2 or the Ulta palette versus the palettes that I got from Morphe directly. Now, apparently there's supposed to be no difference in these palettes, but I did, again, want to see for myself because I really didn't understand the different stamps or that Morphe even had 2 different facilities or factories or whatever. So the first swatches that I have here are the Ring the Alarm swatches. You can see one is on one arm, one is on the other. I really didn't see a huge difference in these swatches at all. I then went ahead and swatched Bling Boss. Again, no real difference in the palettes. They both felt to be the same consistency while I was swatching them. The mattes actually felt quite buttery smooth for me. Some people are saying that it was very chalky, very stiff. For me, my formula of mattes is very buttery smooth. In fact, they felt a lot smoother than what was in the first Jaclyn Hill palette that was released last summer. Lastly, I have the Dark Magic swatches here compared so you can see if there really is a difference, and again, there really is not. Obviously, I don't have comparison swatches for you to show for Armed and Gorgeous because Ulta did not have that palette. I'm sure you've seen swatches of all these, so I only have the 3 swatches for you. So there you can see there really was no difference. Last night I did sit down and play with these, and I actually did a blind test on myself. I put one palette down that was marked V2, one that was not, obviously from the original collection that I ordered. I didn't know which was which. Here is a picture of the look I came up with. Please excuse the total shithole lighting. This was taken with my cell phone, but it's just to show you that I really didn't have a ton of a difference. The only thing I can comment on that I found after I revealed to myself which palette was which, that the palettes that were not marked V2, I don't know if this is just a placebo or not, did seem to blend just a bit better on the eyes. Maybe Morphe does have 2 different factories. They're having an issue with pressing. That's where this inconsistency is coming, because if you read reviews, there are people who absolutely love this palette. They're having no issues blending. They're obsessed with it. Or people are saying that there's crappy swatches. There's absolutely no pigment. They have to build and build and build. I just didn't have that experience off the jump. So again, I can only speak to what I have, but I can tell you there really isn't a huge marked difference between the 2. So I figured that we would go ahead and create a look. I am going to use the palettes that I ordered directly from Morphe, not the Ulta palettes for this. I think the palette that I want to use is Bling Boss. I am totally in love with these purple shades. I am completely obsessed. Just to note that there is a mirror in each one of these palettes, which is amazing. Here is what they look like up close. But I'm really into this shade down here, Berry Treasure. If you look at it, it has like a gold and then like a more of like a berry tone flip to it, and it's black and it's swatched beautifully. So I do want to go ahead and create a look using that. Let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to zoom you guys in closer so that you can see how these perform. I'm going to start off by using the shade Hush Hush right here all over the lid and in the crease. I don't really see a lot of kick up, as you can see, and just kind of sweep that all over the lid. The only thing I have on right now is concealer and some setting powder. Now, as you can see, I'm using Adelium Tools. This is the 785 tapered blending brush. I use this brush all the time, so I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. This shade is blending beautifully on my lid. I don't see any patchiness, nothing is grabbing, and I'm barely touching the brush to my lid and I am getting enough pigment. I love this shade. I love these kind of cool tone purples. I think they're beautiful. They're very romantic, perfect for wedding season, or if you just want a simple shade right in the crease to be one and done. Perfect. Now that we have that laid down, I'm going to take a Morphe, which one here? This one. This is the M573. This is a pointed crease brush. I want to make this, again, pretty smoky, but I want it to be bright. So I'm hoping that this shade Sparks will achieve that for me. I'm gonna dip in with this brush. Again, what I like is there is barely any kick up with these at all, so you don't feel like you're wasting shadow. Now I take a very light hand, focus this directly into the crease. So as you can see, my palette, contrary to what everyone else is talking about, is quite pigmented, and I'm not getting any patchiness at all. I am so gently pressing this on my lid and the color is blending out effortlessly. It doesn't look muddy. It looks pretty true to what's in the pan, layered on top of that Hush Hush shade. I'm getting the exact shade that I would like. Now these are natural hair goat brushes that I ordered from Morphe. As you can see, again, very light hand. This is not patchy. It's blending beautifully for me. I'm coming to about right here. I don't want to go down past where the natural shape of my eye is. That's what drags your eyes down. It makes your eyes look droopy versus being more awake. Boom, there we go. Let's go ahead and soften out the edges. I'm gonna go back to my 785 Stylium Tools tapered blending brush, and I'm just gonna fluff out those edges. As you can see, they are blending quite nicely. Now for the fun part, I'm going to take Berry Treasure. I'm going to take a flat shader brush. This is the 773 shading blender. This is from Stylium Tools. And I'm going to pick up that shade Berry Treasure. All right, now I'm hoping I don't have a ton of fallout, but I just want to start to press that on the lid. I don't want to go too far into the crease. I want to focus this on the lid and then I will blend it out after. Now this black is absolutely stunning. I am barely tapping my brush to my lid and it is extremely black and extremely pigmented. Now I have to be careful because I have very hooded eyes. I wish that you guys could see the glitter because it is so cool. The glitter reflect in this, how it has like a flip. You could even use this one wet if you wanted to even exaggerate that. But I'm pressing this down so that I don't get a lot of fallout. Now what I want to do, I'm gonna take my color switch here and go back with my M573, clear off that shade Sparks here. I kind of want to go ahead and blend the black shade into my berry shade. So I'm going to go into the shade Mystic right here. I'm going to focus that right into the crease very gently just to kind of marry the black and the berry shade together. And that is blending exactly how I wanted it to. I feel like I don't do enough of like these like intense like smoky eyes on my channel. So when I get the chance to do so, especially with a fun palette like this that has so many different colors in it, I am on it. And I love how perfectly this is blending the black in with that berry shade. All right, so now let's go ahead and work on the lower lash line. I'm gonna take this SL Miss Glam brush that I actually got in a BoxyCharm. This is the P15. I wanna start off by using the shade Sparks again on the lower lash line. And I really wanna smoke this out. Again, as you can see, I'm not really having any issues blending this, you guys. I really feel bad for those if they did end up with a palette that doesn't blend because these shades are gorgeous. I actually wore Armed and Gorgeous today to work and I loved it. I got so many compliments on it. It was such a beautiful look. The shades lasted all day. So I am so happy that I did not get a bulk palette. So now I'm going to dip back into the shade Mystic with that same brush. I'm going to focus on the outer corner lower lash line just to kind of deepen that up. This one is super pigmented. All right, now that we've done that, let's work on the inner corner. I want to go ahead and dip into this shade right here, Bling Bling. I'm gonna use that in my inner corner. I'm gonna take this is a Sigma shader crease brush, the E47, but as you see, this is super tiny, and I love this for inner corner. So I'm gonna pick up some of that pigment, spray it with some of my setting spray here, and then work that in the inner corner. Kind of gonna work that up a bit into the inner corner and drag it right to the lower lash line. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some mascara, some liner, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so here is the completed look. I'm actually really happy with how this turned out. It is pretty much exactly how I envisioned it. I just wanted something super blended, smoky, this kind of violet kind of pop of highlight in the inner corner on the brow bone. I didn't have any issues getting this to blend. It blended beautifully on the under eyes. I am absolutely in love with Bling Boss. I just, again, these purples recently are just so speaking to me. I love this palette. I'd have to say my second favorite one is going to be the Armed and Gorgeous palette. I just love this for fall. I think this is going to be absolutely stunning in the fall. And then I'd have to say Dark Magic would have to be my next favorite. I can't, you know what? I don't know. This one's probably tied for second place. I don't really hate any of these. I love this as well. I love that there's cool tones in here. This shade right here, Power Cut, Diversion, Trickery, this green shade here. These are so stunning and again, beautiful for fall and the winter months. And then I think Ring the Alarm is a gorgeous palette as well. This is just something that we've all been seeing a lot of recently. Super warm, bronzy red tones. I love this palette. I think it's stunning. I actually don't have a shade like Bomb Ass right here that's super red, metallic, so I love that one as well. So again, I cannot wait to continue to create looks with this palette. So far, what I've been dipping into and what I've been testing out, these work beautifully. I did play with the blue shades that are in Dark Magic again last night. I was really sitting here and putting on makeup, wiping it off, putting on more, wiping it off to really get an idea of how well these work. If I had any issues with blending and I didn't. The shade Busted, everyone's talking about, I think, and Potion, these were pigmented for me. I didn't have any issues with that. So there is my take on the Jaclyn Vault collection. I think it's stunning. My palettes worked for me. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. Let's be nice and respectful. I get that there's a lot of frustration. There is just so much drama going on in the beauty community right now, and it's actually kind of sad to see. I'm pretty disappointed in the recent events. Yeah, let me know if you want to hear my take on that as well. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Your support means the world to me. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it, share it, and of course subscribe to my channel before you go. Be sure to hit that bell button as well so you get notifications when I actually upload. The bell button is pretty much the new subscribe button. So there you have it. Again, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.